good. What's up, everybody? SpeedQB bringing you back another video. Wanted to give a little rundown before I gave the gameplay here in a moment. The little project I'm working on my run me down kind of high capa I got going on. I got an AW. Fortunately, I don't have a TM. I'm wanting one in a bad way. Any of y'all want to come off one that know me, holla at me. I got an AW. I've had this for a few months. This is actually the lower. This is actually HX2302 model. If she has a proper name, couldn't tell you. I bought it at the time, like I said, a few months ago, just as a sidearm. Nothing to be primary, nothing along them lines. Recently I actually ain't used her much. I used her a little bit with green gas before, then while my rifle was down a few months ago, I used her a little bit with CO2. She is a hybrid, obviously, but put a few new little upgrades in it. So I figured out my little project that I'm starting. Definitely externally it looks horrible. It's almost like a sleeper build. But slowly gonna put some things off in it, but I figured I'd give you a rundown of what I got, what I thought before we start the gameplay. Actually, the biggest thing, because before I do that, this is the original barrel and hop-up. I don't know if anyone else has experienced this problem, but my hop-up, actually on the wheel to adjust your hop-up, actually that pin that holds it actually broke. So you couldn't really keep it down. It didn't matter how much you tighten these bolts or anything, the hop-up still turned very freely. So I kind of jerry-rigged it and went ahead and just kind of put it where I wanted it and super glued it there. Unfortunately, it kind of didn't hold. You know, they say to get an AW or whatever pistol it is, just kind of run it all into the dirt until parts start breaking and replace them. But as a friend, the other video, I'll link it up here, that I ran his high cap last week, fell in love with it, truly. So I figured I'd do more gameplay with mine. I had one, but run down, so so I went ahead and got some new parts. And then what I did end up getting was the maple leaf for the TM hop up and barrel. This is a 113mm barrel. It actually has the pink maple leaf. I don't know if you can see it. Pink maple leaf 70-degree bucking in it. I've shot it already. I've played around with it a little bit. What I did end up having to do with this, I don't know if anybody else has, but I'm sure just how it came in the package. I did have, when I was adjusting the hop-up, after firing it for a few minutes, the bolts, or the screws I should say, actually started to try to come more and more loose. Then it would try to separate, which would in turn cause my actual hop-up to just start dropping and dropping. So what I went ahead and did was just hit a dab bit of super glue, place it on the end of each screw, put it back in there. I have not tested it since then, but I'm sure to do fine and hold it still. I also put a Airsoft Masterpiece 2-piece guide rod, because these cow, which I have a yellow, 2 washers, and 1 blue, yellow being the softest, blue being right before the hardest. I believe the hardest is black, so I have 3 of them on this 2-piece. This was the problem when it came to my original guide rod, which this somewhere is my original guide rod. I ended up having to, right in front of me, I ended up having to cut it, because when I short stroked it originally, it was the longer one. It was the same length. So if you notice, I actually had to take about 5/8, maybe 3/4 off the end of it. And the reason for this is when I put the cow bushings on it, I couldn't actually get it back in. It was impossible to get back in at its full length. So obviously that's the point of a 2-piece guide rod. So So I ain't got to use that anymore, thankfully. And this one I'm enjoying so made for Tokyo Marui. It's a 5.1. I'm enjoying it. I also put a 150 spring by Angel Custom, 150 spring and a 150 hammer spring. I don't have it out, I already have it in, hammer spring in. This I can already see a difference in. The biggest issue for me at the moment, and I should have known it was coming and I didn't, on the original hop-up for the AW, but my original hop-up actually has this adjustment, or this little piece that you can unscrew to take it off and actually get it into your outer barrel. It'll slide right into the outer barrel when you remove this. So, real easy on that matter of fact. But when it comes to the Maple Leaf one, made for TM, and who else was it made for? Yeah, it's made for Wii as well. I got it in there, but not properly. And what I mean by that is actually sliding it into, so if you ever want to get one of these, this will be the issue you're going to run into, because this piece does not have the same that you can unscrew. It's kind of a pain to get in there. So what I ended up doing was actually just turning it a bit and allowing it to scrape the paint, but it does push in there. I can get it in and it is usable, but just keep that in mind if you ever get one of those, especially unless you just replace your outer barrel, where it's a little different design. My slide is still the same. It's actually scraped up. Actually got all the paint scraped off of it. I did that a while back ago. I like the rough, rugged look to this. I did not get a new slide yet. I'll end up getting a new slide, aftermarket slide, later on. My nozzle is still the same, but it works fairly well. I ain't had no issues out of it. Probably needs clean just a little bit, but I'll end up replacing that later and let you know what kind I got at the time. I think this weekend I may end up putting a slide handle on it. May. But I'm enjoying it so far. It's been a cool. Also, and of course, you can't have high cap without the mag adapter. So what I ended up getting was the M4 mag adapter by Tap Airsoft. Shout out to ACS Airsoft for all these parts. I love this. I can run this as well with my carbon fiber tank that I run. It's awesome. Like, this thing is awesome. They do have ones with guards around the release trigger, but it didn't mean that much to me to spend a little extra money on it, so this one was cool with me. This one I got, I did not have to put it onto a green gas mag. Mag already come with it, high cap mag, and already come with the HPA tap in it. So thankfully that was kind of the bundle. Oh, and the hop-up unit that I got, I said it's from Maple Leaf. The whole unit came together, the hop-up, the barrel, and the bucking. So it's not a tight bore barrel in any sense of like an 01, so that's something I can put in later, and I'll give a video of what I do, and as I build this pistol and what I do with it. Depending on how far I go with it, I may end up I truly wanted to switch over to TM43. That's more ideal for me, and then this one will just kind of be a second hand one. I may end up letting it go. I don't know yet, but y'all watch the video, tell me what you think of the video, and game on, y'all.